Hey guys, this is Austin Reed, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to scrape all of the participants of an event. So one of my friends in business context reached out to me and he wanted to build a scraper to scrape an event and grab all of the people who are hosting booths at this event so that he could do an outreach campaign to every single one of them. Now this is the perfect example of how to use Python in a real world scenario to scrape information and data that is actually useful. Last but not least, before we get started, please make sure that you have Python installed. And if you don't, I do have a video on my channel on how to install Python and Selenium and get Python ready for scraping. And if all that's installed and ready to go, then you're ready to follow along. Let's jump right in. Alright guys, so now that Python is installed, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your work environment in order to work with the Selenium template. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download the Selenium template. I have that in the links down below, so go ahead and check that out. I made that for you guys. After that's installed, I recommend you guys use VS Code. It's going to be the easiest way to follow along with this tutorial. So go ahead and install that. Once it's installed, that link will be down below as well. Let's go ahead and open up the Selenium template. Here's what it looks like. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to move your mouse all the way down to this little bar right here where it turns blue, and you're going to click and drag up. Now this is going to open a command prompt. So for you guys, you need to make sure it says CMD here. If it says PowerShell here, you can go ahead and click this little arrow button and just click command prompt. And then you can delete the one that says PowerShell up here, and then you're good to go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy this little piece of code right here. We're going to paste. Now you can paste using the right click of your mouse right there. So if you just hover over here, right click, it pastes for you, hit enter, bam. And then this little pop-up pops up. You definitely want to say yes. Basically what we just did was we created a virtual environment, which is basically a folder where we're going to use to install and manage everything to do with this project directly inside that folder. So if you do ever decide to move computers and things like that, it is really easy to do so. Everything is nice in one central package and things don't get mixed up between projects. Okay? After that, we're going to go ahead and run it. So we're going to copy this code right here and we're going to paste it. We're going to hit enter, and we can tell that it's working because we now have venv right here in front of the Selenium template directory. Okay, so we're good to go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the requirements. So you can just copy paste that. It's going to install everything that you need in order to run the Selenium template. Okay, then we're going to change the user data directory and the your user agent variables. So those are here and here. And so the way that you find that is you go and you open Chrome, and we're going to actually copy what it says here, Chrome version, right? Go up here, paste it, and we're going to grab the profile path. Now what is this doing? This is making the automated Chrome look exactly the same and work exactly the same as the normal Chrome that is already open. Now we do that for cookie reasons. We do that to make sure we don't trigger any security and things like that. That being said, if you're making scrapers or programs that log into multiple accounts on the same website, you do not want to do this, and I will show you how to do that in a different tutorial. But for now, we do want to do this, so let's go ahead and paste it in between these quotes right here. And then one little note, you need to make sure you put an R right in front of these quotes so that it changes colors like that. Really important. Okay, the next thing is we're going to get the user agent right here. So copy that, paste that in here, and go ahead and grab this. And go back and we'll paste that in there. Beautiful. We're going to Control S to save, guys. All right. Now that we put the user agent with this link, when we go to run the program, it will not be able to run if Chrome is open. So you actually have to close Chrome. Now, I don't use Chrome for anything but scraping. I use Opera, so I generally have Opera open with the target website while I'm working, and then I just do all the automations in Chrome. I don't like Chrome. It has a lot of background processes and things, but that doesn't really matter. Okay. So now technically this program is all set up and ready to go. Now I'm going to explain how the template works. If you guys would like to see that and have me go line by line of what's already written here, stay tuned and go ahead and watch this. If not, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the next video where we actually just start coding using the template. Okay, so for those of you who stayed behind, basically what we're doing up here is we're importing all the things that we need to be able to do our workflow. We're importing some stuff from Selenium here, which Selenium, if you don't know, is going to be the browser that we automate, which is a Chrome browser. Okay, we are importing Pickle, that's for saving data and cookies and stuff. We're importing time for sleeps and random for random numbers. Okay, sleeps means the program literally just pauses for a little bit. Now up here I have some really useful commands, these 3 commands right here, and they are related to finding elements on the web page. Now I'll explain kind of how that works later, and I use this a lot in the tutorial, so you guys will become very familiar with this, but I thought it would be kind of helpful to put them at the top of the Selenium template for you guys. Now here I have some code to switch to an iframe. Now iframes are basically a web page inside a web page. So you can think if you embed a YouTube video on your website, it actually puts another web page inside your main web page. Now why is that important? Because if you try to grab information inside the other web page, the browser cannot interact with it. So we actually need to switch focus to the other web page to start interacting with that other web page. So this code here is to switch to the other web page, and then this code here is to switch back to the main web page, just so you know. Now here we have the user data directory. Now that is for the Chrome profile that I was talking to you guys about earlier. And the user agent is just basically a string saying what the browser is. We need that so that we look more human. It is a lot easier to scrape websites not triggering their security. As soon as you trigger their security, then it gets really, really hard to scrape. So it's better to just assume that the website has security and code that way than it is to code quick and dirty, hit the security, and then be like, ah, shit. Then now it's really hard and I have to get past all these security things, right? It's best just not to hit the security in the first place. Okay. All right, so this function here is to save cookies. Now in this program, we don't necessarily need it. And because we have the user agent here, we actually don't need it either. But there are circumstances where you don't want the user agent, and that's when you're trying to log into the same website with multiple accounts, for example. We're not doing that in this tutorial, but I can show you how to do that on a later date. And in those instances, you would like to save the cookies and you would like to load them as you load up the browser. Each browser will have its own profile. For example, if you wanted to automate 50 Instagram accounts, for example. Just throwing it out there, there's ways to do that. This next function here actually opens the browser itself. Okay, so we're setting some options. We're adding the user agent and data directory. That's basically just copy pasting the Chrome that you already have. We're maximizing the browser. This is for disabling extensions. We actually don't want that for this one, so you can delete that. Disable blink features. These 3 are basically just making it more human. Okay, don't need to dive too deep into them. This one here actually starts the browser. Now what it's doing here is it's actually checking to see if Selenium is installed, and if it's not, it will automatically install it for you, which is beautiful because installing Selenium is a pain in the ass, and it's easier to just put that line of code than it is to go through the whole process. And then it's going to set the Chrome options, which are the ones we set up here, and then we're going to load google.com, and then we're going to load the cookies. Why do we do that? Because you cannot load cookies before loading a web page. So you have to load a web page and then load the cookies, okay? So that's what we always do. We always get google.com and then we load the cookies. Got it? And then we're returning the browser. I'll explain a little bit more how that works later. Here we have random sleep. Now the purpose of that is to make the script look more human. Like I said, it is easier to avoid security measures, and this is something you can do to avoid those security measures just by, making it look more human before you click on things. Humans don't click da-da-da-da-da. They need to wait before they click. So that's why that's there. And this is a function that used to be part of Selenium and they removed it. And I don't know why. Maybe they'll put it back in soon. But I went ahead and remade my kind of janky version of it. Not the best code, but basically it's when I'm waiting for what element to jump on the page. So for example, you can imagine a web page that has a table with data. The web page loads, but the table is still loading inside the web page. It takes a minute for the data to populate, right? If we coded the website normally, Selenium would just error. It would be like, yo, this element doesn't exist, but it doesn't know to wait 3 seconds, right? So this code here will just create an infinite loop for X amount of time, which is the timeout here, waiting for the element to show up on the page. Now this is really good if you want to be scraping really quickly, or if sometimes it loads faster or slower and you're not sure if like 5 seconds is good or 10 seconds, right? It's best to just start interacting with the page as soon as that data populates. And then here we have if name equals main. Basically everything under here is what will run when you run the Python program. Okay, right here, basically what we're going to do is open the browser, and I'm actually going to put a time.sleep of 10 seconds here, okay, and just to show you that it all works. So quick side note, you have to close your Chrome before you can run this. Once your Chrome is closed, go ahead and type in Python Selenium _template.py, hit enter. And it should just pop up beautifully. And there we go. It popped up and went directly to google.com. So I know that was a bit of a long-winded start, but this is the perfect setup. Now you guys entirely understand what you're working with. Go ahead and stay tuned for the next video where we start getting into the juicy stuff and we actually grab all these contacts from the event for Tom so that he can do his direct outreach. See you guys soon. Let's go ahead and just open up the target website now. We're going to grab the target link. You just copy and paste the link in a browser and open it up outside of VS Code, just a normal browser.
Oh, I got one there. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I noticed something interesting too. So it loads more companies the more you scroll.
Yes, yeah, it's a scroll and the scroll thing.
Okay, that's an interesting thing to note. So in order to get these companies, basically what we need to do is we need to right click on one of them and go inspect element. Now I know we investigated this a little bit earlier, but we're going to look for, what do we want? Do we want the name on this page or do we want the name on the next page? Let's check out the next page.
Probably the name from the next page, I'd imagine.
That makes sense. So then on this page, all we're really looking for is the links, right?
Yeah, the URL, yeah.
Cool. So we'll find the XPath, or we'll find the element that has, okay, so you right click, inspect element, kind of like I showed you in the last call.
Yeah,
And then we want the link. So the link is actually here, right? So, because it's /widget event, yeah. Because if we copy the link and we go here, it should open up the same page, right? And it does. So this is what we want. So we're gonna right click here. We're gonna copy full XPath. Before we continue, get an extension. It's called XPath Helper. I'm going to send it to you.
Is it a Chrome Web Store one?
Yeah. So this allows you to test XPaths. The problem is this is not going to pick up the element because it's inside of an iframe, which we determined last time.
Yeah.
To explain what an iframe is a document inside of a document. So it's a web page inside of a web page. Basically, Chrome doesn't know how to get elements inside that because it's looking at the main web page. It's not looking at the tiny one inside of it, right? So we have to change its focus first to then get those elements. So I'm going to grab this XPath from here and we're going to save it in the Python file because we're going to need it later. So we're going to call company list XPath, right? Equals some quotes, and we're just going to drop that in there for later. Now, like I said, this isn't going to show up here. Usually it would show up in the XPath helper at the top, but it's not because it's inside a iframe, right?
Yeah.
So If you look at the HTML code and you scroll a little bit up, you can see there is an element called iframe. It's right up here, right? So
Yeah.
this is the link. Here's the iframe. We actually need the XPath for that too. So let's copy full XPath. Now this one should work. And you can see that because it selects the whole thing on my screen. And
Okay.
we're going to call
We want to put that one inside.
list underscore iframe. And we're going to equal that. Bing. So if we just got this element, it would only get the first company, right? So if we go back and we look at the HTML structure a little bit, which we were here, right?
Yeah.
We're getting the, this is the entire grid right here. So if we minimize this div, yeah, see there's the next one, there's the next one, right? So it's div A, and so basically this is saying we're gonna get the first div, right? And so we go back, this is the first div. And so if we were to get the second div, it would actually be this one right here, okay? So, but we want all of them, right? So let's just actually delete the one. And that'll get all of them, okay? So now we've got one more problem here. There is one further problem. We have to scroll down, right? So we'll deal with that very shortly. Now let's actually start hooking up some of this stuff. So I'm going to move these down here just so it's easier to remember.
Okay. I should do the same.
Okay. And then I'm going to make a function, and it's going to be called get company list. And you can see my Copilot is already kind of trying to do it. Actually, this code's not bad. So basically this function, we're passing in the driver that we initiate here. So if we were to call it, we would do it like that. We would get the list, we'd sleep for a random amount of time. We'd switch to the iframe, which it's waiting for the element. And then we'll switch to it. And then it's waiting for the company list. That doesn't make sense. So everything from here, we can pretty much delete. And I don't even think we need to wait for the iframe. I think it just pretty much loads. So we can just go like this, right? Switch to list iframe. That's what we're looking for right here. There we go. So that'll switch to that document. Now we're in the new HTML document inside the web page, and we have to scroll all the way down. So there's a way with, I believe, we can inject some JavaScript, but I have Copilot, so I can just go like this and go scroll to the bottom of the page. And there we go. So
Nice.
this is a bit of JavaScript right here that Python injects into the browser, and that'll go all the way to the bottom of the document. Now the thing is, I don't think that will work for an infinite scroll. So because this will just scroll to the bottom once, and that's it. So we need to make it loop, kind of. So this will do it 10 times. The question is how many times do we have to do it? Do you know?
No.
I think a lot more than 10 times, though.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Maybe 10.
Maybe 10?
Do 20. Oh, there's no harsh. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's do 20 for now. And I'm going to put a random sleep after that, just so it doesn't seem so programmatical. This is for security. We don't know if they have security. We haven't tested it yet, but it's better not to trigger it because then everything gets really difficult, right?
Yeah, understood.
Then we're going to just do exactly what it said here. We're going to grab the entire list of companies right here. Copilot's fucking awesome. So, for company and company list, we're going to say company links, which is a new variable, links, for company and company list. Yeah, and so basically we make a new list. We're going to add, for each company, we're going to add the link, which is the href, to the list. And then we're going to return this list like that, but not in the for loop. It has to be outside the for loop. Like that. And so this should get all the links of all the companies in the entire page, which is cool. So, but we don't want to run that yet. Now that I'm returning a variable, I have to put it in front of the function because the function needs somewhere to put the data. Okay? So I'm saying this equals the company list, which it's returning here. So basically what we're doing is I made a function called get company list. I'm giving it the browser so it can do work. Whenever you make a function, if you want to pass variables from function to function, you have to add it in the parentheses.
Okay.
Then I'm telling the driver, which is the browser,
the target list. Yep. So that's the URL that we've passed in.
The URL right there, right?
Yeah.
I'm giving it a random sleep so it looks slightly more human.
Yeah.
And then we're switching to the iframe, which is the document inside the web page, which we have here, right? And then we're doing a scroll for 20 iterations where we scroll all the way to the bottom of that document. And then we're going to sleep for a random amount of time after every scroll. Now, this is so that it looks slightly more human because programmatically that looks really weird to do that many requests that fast.
Yeah.
And then we're
stepping outside of that.
Yep, stepping outside of that. And we're grabbing the company list. We're creating a empty list of links. And we're saying for each, basically, company in this list, we're going to get the link and we're going to add it here.
Why do you not create the company links list first before getting all the links from the site?
What do you mean by that? You can change.
I guess in my head it would make sense to create an empty array and then add all of the links to it rather than get all the links and then create the array and then put all the links in the array.
Well, because this isn't getting the links, this is getting the elements. So it gets the HTML block entirely, right? But you don't want the HTML, you just want the link.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So this actually gets the HTML out, the link out of the HTML. This right here.
Okay.
Now this is a list of things. So you can imagine if this like 20 companies, right? When I say for company and company list, now I'm dealing with one. And I'm saying for that one company, I just want the link and we're going to add it here, which is this empty array. And we can put that empty array wherever we want. We can put it at the top, at the bottom. It doesn't matter. We have to do the company list after we scroll down.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. So otherwise you won't get them all.
Yeah, I am just putting it here because it's a little bit easier to read, like code-wise, because we're adding it from here to here, and then we're returning it. And whenever you return any type of variable from a function, you need to declare it when you call it later on. And so that's why we have company links equals get company list. Now, sometimes sites pull up security and stuff when you're testing and things like that. So we actually want to save this data right off the bat. And so I'm just going to tell Copilot, I'm going to say print to a.txt file. And then it's just going to do that. This basically, we open a file with write permissions and we're calling the file F. We could call it like text document if you wanted.
We probably call it company links, wouldn't you?
Well, so the document name is here.
Oh, I see.
But in Python, we're referring to the document as text document.
Got it.
Which I just changed. And then it says for each link in company links, which is this, we're going to write the link and then add a break line so that it's not all like link. It's going to be link, link, right? Beautiful. So this should just work. It might not. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to go Python. And I'm actually going to rename this file to be, what's the name of the website?
Demexco.
Demexco.py. Okay. So to run it, let me clear this out so it's easier to see. To run it, we go Demexco. Sorry, we'll go Python Demexco.py. Right? And we have a problem up here. And the reason why is because I need to actually put an R before this, like that. Because these characters in the string make it, it's a Python thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm just going to put an R in front of it. We're going to run it again. And you can see it's not erroring that time.
Not yet, anyway.
Okay, and then the browser's actually over here. So we've got the Mexico open. So there's this cookies thing, and it can't find the iframe, and I think it can't find the iframe because the cookies popped up.
Right. Makes sense.
Interesting. So we actually need to either pause and manually click the cookie button, or we need to do it with Python. Which would you like to do?
With Python.
Okay. So first of all, it takes a second to load.
Makes for a better tutorial.
Yeah. So we're just gonna put a sleep. So we got a random sleep when we first load. Let's actually just put.
You're gonna specify the amount of time.
Yeah.
So sleep time equals, right?
Yeah, I forget, dude, because it's been so fucking long since I've done. It's time.
I think your Copilot just came up with it.
No, it's time.sleep, and then we're gonna put like 15. It's been so long since I Python, bro. I've been doing so much JavaScript lately. We're gonna wait 15 seconds when it opens, okay? And then we only necessary or accept all?
Yeah, I think only necessary, right?
Okay, we're gonna inspect element again, right? Now this is a good example for the XPath helper, which I don't think is on here. See if it pops up the cookies here. No, it's not. Okay.
Maybe it's because you've already done it.
Yeah, it is. So another thing you could do actually is just open up your normal Chrome, accept the cookies, close it, and then the next time it'll remember. That being said, let's just go ahead and grab it and click it. Copy full XPath. Now, we actually need to determine if it's open before we can click it. So we wait 15 seconds. We go driver.find underscore element. We're going to do elements. And the reason why is because we're going to count the amount of elements. If we go driver.getElement or driver.find_elements,
Yeah.
singular, and it doesn't exist, it will error. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a list of elements, and then we're going to check to see how many items are in that list. So now we can go, we'll call this cookie buttons equals bammed. This is an old school trick. If the length of the cookie buttons is greater than 0, so if it exists, then we're going to click the first one. Makes sense?
Yeah.
And then I guess we can sleep for like 2 seconds. Why not? Okay. So now
Makes sense.
I'm going to press the up button twice. I'm going to hit enter. And it's bringing up. And it's waiting 15 seconds. So give it a second.
Oh, yeah, it's waiting 15. Yeah.
15 at first. It's going to click the accept all button. Or only
I feel
necessarily.
like 16 might have been overly more than we
And
need.
then it's saying you cannot find the iframe. So that's beautiful. Okay, so let's check why. So we can go here.
It worked well, though. The cookie thing worked. That was good.
Yeah, the cookie thing worked. That's good. So it's finding it here. That's interesting. I guess another thing we can do, here's the iframe. You can copy just the XPath and not the full XPath. And it ends up being the same. I don't know if you noticed that. Because look, it's HTML body section, it's content. So it's getting it from here. Then we refresh the page. We'll open up XPath Helper again. And yeah, okay, so let's replace that XPath and see if it works. Oh, and then we have to use different quotes on this one, like that. Okay.
Well, why didn't the first one work?
Couldn't find the element. That's a good question. It says it can't find the iframe right here. So, Selenium common exceptions, no such frame, this iframe, right? So I'm like, okay. That tells me a lot. Anyway, so let's save this up here. We'll try again. Give it a second. It's waiting 15 seconds. I'm going to change that wait. It's too long.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Okay, and then what happened? I think it closed. What did it say? Element not interactable. 103 and cookie buttons not click. So it found the button, but the button's off screen. That means they coded their website like shit. So what we could do here is we could just go try.
Coded it like shit, as in they know what they're doing and they've managed to do it really well, or
No, it just
you
means
mean it's not very well done?
No, because why would you load an HTML element that doesn't need to be loaded? It takes extra network speed. It slows down the user. It doesn't make sense. You know, you shouldn't have a bunch of invisible HTML elements on the page. So we're just going to do a try except, but we're going to put the exception as try.
What exactly is a try except?
Yeah, let's put element not. So try accept basically means that it's going to try to do it, and if it can't, then it's just going to continue on.
Okay. Makes
So
sense.
I have to actually import the exception up here. And the reason why, because you could just put try accept like this, and it would work, but then it'll keep going no matter what error pops up. And we don't want that. We only want it to keep going if this specific error pops up. In this case, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but in other cases, you'll find that it does end up being a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go again. This time we don't have to wait as long. So goes to Google, gets the page, loads, waits a couple seconds, tries to click something, it can't click, and then it closes. Why did it close this time? Invalid or illegal selector. And find element. Switch to iframe. So it's not letting us switch to it. So it got the element, but it's not letting us switch to it. Interesting.
Is this one of your? Is this becoming a tougher nut to crack than you thought?
No. This is pretty normal.
Oh.
So I think I got the iframe holder last time and not the iframe itself. So let's copy full XPath. Another thing, you can look for IDs or classes. This one has a class iframe holder, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe, yeah, that was my mistake, why the last one didn't work. Oh, it's the same. Copy full XPath. Okay, so what we can do is here we could do, instead of ID, we can go class. And then call it iframe holder. Dash holder. And then go slash iframe. And you can see it just turned yellow. So this should work. This is much, much better. And where is that? That is here. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it should try to click, and then another error. Still not finding the iframe. That's really interesting. Is there an iframe inside an iframe? That's really interesting. See, this is the programming portion. Wonder, copy, full XPath. Is there more than one iframe on the page?
Yeah, I think there is. I think there's the top one, which has the sponsored ads. So it's platinum sponsor, gold sponsor. And then I think the gold partners underneath is a different iframe, maybe.
Yeah, it's finding 4 iframes. That's really
Gold
interesting.
partners. Yeah, so you've got gold partners, silver partners, and bronze partners. So it probably is accurate. If you've got platinum sponsor, gold sponsor, conference. Yeah.
Wow, it's getting 9 results on this one. Is this 9 iframes? That's interesting.
Well, how would you be able to check?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. What? I still get, it's 9. It's really weird. Let's
I
try this.
was going to say IDS had no hope then.
No, not at all. Not at all. And this is where the testing comes in. So this is a lot of the job.
It's all well and good if you know what you're doing each step, between each step. I think my issue would be I would get lost after testing the first step and not know what to do next.
Yeah. So it's not, we could try that. Let's see. And then if not, yeah, still can't find it. Really interesting. Okay, well then what we're gonna do is we're going to load the page and then we're going to time.sleep like,
You could still scroll down before you then switch to the iframe though, couldn't you?
no, because the scroll is in the iframe.
I see.
Yeah.
What did you just change?
I made the sleep like infinitely long so that I could inspect what's going on because maybe it's slightly different in a different browser. Yeah, see, we've got the iframe here. Hey, we have an SRC here. Hold on. Oh, hey, look at that.
We'll have that one, man.
Look at that. So we can grab the link of the iframe. The iframe has no security. Another shitty thing. And we could maybe just try to scrape directly with the iframe. God, I have so many windows open. It's insane. Holy crap. Okay, we can close this one now. Check this out. So we can go here, and we should be able to actually just change the target to this new link, and then delete the code up to here, and then try it. So if you want to stop the Python program while it's running, hit Control-C a bunch of times.
Okay.
Make sure I save it. Let's see what happens. So now it's going to open this new page, which is this widget. And it's going to wait a couple seconds, and then it should just start scrolling. And it is.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. So this site had shitty security.
Yeah.
And what's it saying? Oh, we have a new text file, which is completely empty. We can also print them too. Because that should have worked. Let's do one more sleep up here. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing too. So now that we got into this iframe, we can actually test some of these XPaths out directly, right? Because it'll let us. So we can actually grab this XPath here, go in the XPath helper, pop it in, and it's grabbing all the names of all the companies, which is good.
But then why isn't it working?
That's an interesting question. Maybe there could be a lot of reasons why. Copy full XPath. So yeah, that grabs Amazon.
But it doesn't grab the link.
Yeah, I guess That's interesting. It should have grabbed the link. It really, really should have. Find elements by XPath company like this. Another thing we could do is we could also look to see if there's some kind of class or something that we can grab onto, but there's not. So let's run it again, but with a sleep. After this. What is it like? And we also added a print here to see if it prints the links.
Yes. It'd be good to see if it happens. If it prints them correctly, then we know it's just an issue of writing it to the text file.
Yeah. First, it's got to scroll. So this is the end of the file. It's still scrolling. You know, we could also print the company as well. With this print. Like that. Let's see if I'm even getting the other. You can also say like done scrolling.
Why is it not sending us? Why is it not printing out the results though?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Because it has nothing to print. It's not finding them here for whatever reason. So we're going to not scroll to the bottom of the page for a minute, and we're just going to try to grab the companies without scrolling. So we're going to print the company. We're going to print the... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It's not printing anything. Is the... Okay.
Should we say print hello world?
So we're going to print the length of the company list here. And yeah, print... Yeah, so the more prints we put, the more we know what's going on. So obviously that didn't work, so let's close it. Okay, now it should print. So it's finding nothing. Interesting. Really? Okay. So that's where we go.
You know the URL. You know the URL path is saying equals true as well. If you go to the show actions equals true.
Yeah.
What would that be about?
I think it's this sidebar here.
I wonder if that's confusing it. Like if you put that as false.
No, doesn't do anything.
Okay. Thought it was worth trying.
Yeah. I think I disabled extensions on here. I think I did it up here. Gotta delete that. Okay, let's do it one more time. Mexico.
I think one more time is optimistic.
No, it's not going to work, but the reason why we're doing this is so that we can go here, get this, add it to Chrome, add the extension.
I want to get the same one. This is different then to this one.
There we go.
Oh, well, let's get rid of that one.
So it's... Yeah, maybe the HTML changed because of the Using a different link. Yeah, it's not finding it here either. Why? Wow, that's weird. Oh, slash undefined. Interesting. Is this the same as the one we have? So if you hold shift and control, or what was it? Or is it shift and alt? Yeah, shift and alt. You can duplicate a line.
Okay.
Yeah, it is different. Look, it has an extra div.
Ah.
Interesting. Okay. So, bam. Now let's see if it prints. Okay. Created TensorFlow Lite. Yeah, look.
6.
It printed 1. But we only told it to get 1.
Did we?
Yes, 1.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That makes sense.
Cool. So now we don't need this iframe anymore.
No.
We're grabbing that. We can scroll to the bottom of the page and grab all of them. Beautiful. Let's. We don't have to print the company anymore. We can just do that. All right. Now
Now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're getting somewhere. Yep. Beautiful. Now it should scroll to the bottom of the page. Yes, okay, so it's still iterating through the scrolling. Give it a sec. Chill. Beautiful.
Boom. Look at that.
It's a lot of links, bro.
Well, let's look on the. You could just look in the file, right? The company links dot hex.
575.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. So now you have your target companies.
Nice.
Beautiful. Okay. So now we can just hash this out, but in a normal scraper, you would run that portion again. But now that like all this is working, we can just go bam, go like this. That's all old code. Let's load company links from the text file, blah, blah, blah. And for linking company links. Beautiful. Copilot's awesome. Get the link, sleep for 5 seconds. We don't need to scroll to the bottom of the page.
We do need to check and see if there's a cookie.
I don't think so. I have a feeling not. Okay, let's check out this new page. Oh.
If you click a different one, it'll be a different.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh, because it says slash exhibitor.
Yeah.
Is that all the info?
That's just one with not a lot of info, but there are others with more info.
So we gotta pick one with a lot of info.
We want the ideal template. Okay, so go towards the top, I think. Yeah, the only thing that's dynamic, which I'm not sure how we'll handle, is the number of teams. Like there's lots of teams. Like it's not set how many people are in the teams section.
Don't worry, I got you.
All right.
I got you. Good thing is this is inside the iframe, actually, inside the widget thing. So that saves a lot of work. So let's make a new function here.
Because it means we don't have to get to it and switch the iframe. I get you.
Yeah. I'm going to make this a function. We're going to call it define get links. There we go. And then we're going to make this a function too, which is print to text file. What? Sorry, I got a keyboard where links define. Beautiful. And now we can go here. Bam. So this code right here does the first part. And then this code right here will be like, is the second part, which we're building right now. And we're going to call it a function up here. We're going to define extract company info. And then we're going to, and we have to pass the driver and we have to pass the company links as well, right?
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, there's a lot to learn in a short space of time, but I'm certainly trying.
No, you're doing well, bro. Right on. So now we get the link. We wait 5 seconds. Now let's start grabbing info. So what do we want? We want the name.
So you want the company name?
Do you want the logo?
Don't care about the logo.
Okay, cool. Let's copy full XPath. Now, the thing is sometimes the HTML changes from page to page.
Yeah.
So we actually need 2 examples of 2 different companies that we compare against each other. So let's grab one more company. We'll grab the one above it. Hopefully it has information. MailChimp.
There we go.
Yeah. Beautiful. So, and then let's actually grab one of the ones that doesn't have a lot of info, right? So we're going to try 3. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, and this is one that doesn't have a lot of info, right?
Yeah. It looks like it is actually something to do with the Mexico.
Beautiful. So now we're going to go inspect element. We're going to copy full XPath. We're going to open an XPath helper. We've got the name. We're going to try here. We've got the name. That's beautiful. We're going to try here. We got the name. So we're pretty sure that that is the name of the company. So let's back over to the Mexico.py. And we're going to go, let's, I guess we can build it here. It's fine. I would do this in the different functions, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We're going to say...
Wait a minute. When you say you wouldn't, what would you normally do? What's best practice?
I would make another function. I would say this one goes through the links, and I'd make another function to extract the data from the page. But it's just a personal thing. It's not like that. So
why would you not do that then now?
I think it's overkill for this example. So we've got company name here.
Yeah.
Thing is it may or may not work. So we're gonna try to get it. And then we're gonna go accept. Like that. Make sense? We're gonna do that for each element.
So company name equals the driver. Find element by XPath. Text.
Single.
Yeah, and then basically if it doesn't find it, it returns company name not found.
Yes. because we want it to continue through all the pages. We don't want it to stop, right?
Understood.
Do you want summits? Or what is this?
I think that is that whether it's bronze or partner or not.
Do you give a shit about that?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I might add it in as a bit of a copy.
Okay, cool. So then let's do the same thing. Full XPath. Bronze partners.
You can call it partnership. I see. So you have to do that for each one. You can't do you can't have more than one in the tri-column.
We can go like this: define, grab, underscore, info, and then we go driver, comma, XPath, XPath item, for example.
Yeah.
And then like that. And then we can go here and we can go company underscore name equals grab info, But we need the dot text. So this is grabbing text. Okay, that's fine. So grab text underscore info. This won't work for everything, just so you know.
What do you mean? Why not?
Will only work for things when we have one element that's a text element. If it's a link or something else, it won't work because we're specifying it's text right here.
I see.
Makes sense? But now we can just do this and
basically you can copy and paste that and then put a different XPath in and a different naming convention.
Yeah, I think I might have. Okay, I didn't fuck up. So what did you want to call it?
We've just called it sponsorship or something.
Sponsorship equals. Hold on.
Grab text info, yeah.
Whatever, it doesn't matter what it types, you just gotta do that. Okay, so that's the sponsorship. Now, so we've got these two.
Yeah.
This one has a number third element. The haul, do you want the haul there in?
Nah,
fuck that, okay, beautiful. All right, the information?
Yeah.
In German?
It's not always in German. GPT will sort that out.
Yeah. Been a while.
Thing is, it's not always there either.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So it needs to have a function if it isn't there to continue. Oh, it does have that, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Okay, so this one has it. This one does not have it. It grabs the provided services. See, now things are getting a little complicated. So I think the top of the page is always the same. I think as of here, it changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good assumption. That's the information column. Information. Oh, yeah. Interesting. So then what we can do, see, and they have randomly generated class names. Are they always the same, or are they always changing? Let's inspect. Where? Over here. Yeah, it's totally different, isn't it? Hold on. Here's how we'll check. Wait. We'll just do this one. Oh, it is the same. Look. That's beautiful. That's so fucking cool. Why is that cool? Well, I'll show you. Because I always forget this. I think it's // star and then and then I always forget XPaths I always forget this.
Presumably this bit will be edited out.
I don't know how the hell he's gonna edit this thing, to be frank, bro.
It'll be like, fuck man, it's a 3 hour long. What's the matter with you guys?
I think we only need the DSOHY. Beautiful. Notice how it got all the tags?
Yeah.
The question is, does it work? And it does. Fuck yeah. I'm a beast. Okay. Call those tags equal. Is there multiple? One. It says brand though. Okay, so wait. Oh, and then slash span. Yeah, now we get 10. See that? Does that work for
Yeah.
you?
At some point, you're going to explain what the hell you're doing. But
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so look, dude, I noticed that these elements have class names and they look like they're presumably random, but they're not.
right.
So since they're the same on every single page, I can grab them by the class name, and if that section doesn't exist on the page, it doesn't matter. If the sections change orders, it doesn't matter. I can still grab that section, right? Whereas if I did just normal copy the full XPath, if the sections changed order, it would fuck up the data that we grab. Okay?
Got it. That makes
And
sense.
so I grabbed this class, but it's not displaying this text because I need to go one element deeper, which is the span right here.
Got it. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So we're going to grab that, and these are the tags. Wait. Whoops, tags. There we go, equal. Now, on this one, we have to do it a little differently. We have to do driver.find underscore elements, because it's a list of elements, right? But the cool thing is we don't have to do the try catch because it's a list. Because it won't error no matter what, even if the list is empty. Got it? Here I did the same thing. I'm grabbing this class name, right? But I need to go one element deeper, which is the P. So that's why I put a P.
Yeah.
Then we're going
No, that makes sense.
We're going to check it here. This one doesn't have it, so it's not going to show.
Yeah.
This one also doesn't have it, so it's not going to show.
And so hopefully you've got the Teams class as well, and then that will be happy days.
I can do this, and then... So remember, Shift-Alt to do that, and then we're going to call this description. Whoops. So I think that they probably built the site in like Angular or React or something. And the reason why is because the class names are all like fucked up and weird. So, all right. This one has more.
Yeah.
We've got this. Now we've got the social media. Do we want that?
Yeah, not a bad thing to have.
Not a bad thing to have. Right. We'll go up 3. We have this ugly looking class name. So let's put this here on the ugly looking class name. And of course, that grabs all of that. Let's go back.
One class in.
One class into the A. Yes. And there's the 3 links for you. We have to get the XPaths.
Why are they not showing up though on the right hand side?
Because links are hrefs. So there's no text. It'll only show text.
I
right?
see. Okay, cool.
But we want the href, which is right here.
Yeah.
So we can go Socials. My computer's getting slow. Find elements. Right on. Okay, so now I have to grab the links out of this element, right? So we're going to make an empty list. We're going to go that. So this grabs the links and pulls them out of those elements and puts them there for you. Beautiful. Those are the links. Now we need the contact details. And then, is there sometimes more than one phone? Yes. Well, this is the innate version. They all have the same class name. You notice that? That's cool. That's cool. So that means if I just grab this,
nice.
it's just a huge block of info. We could split it up by line breaks and add it at the end. The thing is, like with the Excel sheet, in a database it makes sense because in a database we can be like, these many team members, we can have a team member table. These many data endpoints, we can have a data endpoint table, right? But on an Excel sheet, we would add more columns, and some would have like more, and some would have less, and it would like make the data all sloppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you suggest to do that would be the easiest way of, keeping the data looking clean?
We're gonna drop the contact data in one column, and then we're gonna drop the team data in multiple columns at the end. So the team data could have unlimited team members at the end. So now we're going to go.
I guess though, it would make sense from a team side. It would make sense to just have as like, let's say the largest number of team members in the whole list is 10. Then we would have 10 columns, one for each contact.
Yeah, we could do that too if you would like. There we go. Contact details, and then 4, and then we're gonna go here. Bam. So we made an empty list. We're adding all the contact details to the empty list, which is beautiful. We'll deal with the data later. We just have to collect it all. Do you want the videos?
Nope.
Just the team?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, inspect element. Look at that beautiful guy. Look at his smile.
Looks like Christian.
Kinda, yeah. It's funny. We need one that has multiple team members. This one.
Pick a big company. Yeah.
I thought Intuit is a big company.
Yeah, they are. It's inverters.
Oh shit. This one's gonna be harder. And I'll show you why. Okay. So first we grab this class. This grabs the 3 elements, right? But we need, what all is in there? Is there a link to the guy?
Hopefully emails, that'd be lovely. But I'm sure there probably isn't.
No, there's not. What is this link though? Does this guy have like a profile? Oh, he does. Do you want all this info too?
Oh wow. What's actually there? Have you got a LinkedIn URL at the bottom there?
About him and a LinkedIn, yeah.
Yeah. That would be amazing if we can get that.
Cool. So we'll get to that page next.
So to be honest, though, all I was thinking is you could probably just grab the A links, the href links of their profile pages, and then scrape those because they'll probably be less complicated as well, right?
Yeah, we can do that. The thing about it is now this is starting to get to the point where we should think about not using an Excel sheet and instead using a database.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying because you're saying it should basically.
Okay, so we literally just one element down /A. Then we go contact team members. Hell yeah, Copilot. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and is that the whole page?
Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah.
Okay, now we need to save it somewhere. Right? I guess we could just get one link and see if it works. You want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go and print everything. That's it, right? And then,
Think so.
What this will do is this will go to the first link, it'll wait 5 seconds, and then it'll print everything, and then it'll break. So it'll only do the first one. Beautiful. Now, let's just, the hell is going on here? Oh, I'm in Python. What the fuck? Okay. To Mexico, we're gonna scrape your entire fucking event, baby, live on YouTube.
That's the intro you want.
Okay. Just wait 5 seconds and it closes. Oh shit, okay. We have team members here. We have contact info. We've got a social media link. We have a description. We've got tags. We've got a platinum sponsor. Oh, and the name's Amazon ads. That's what you wanted, right?
That's it. Exactly. What? So, how many members did we grab? Or how many team members?
For Amazon ads, we grabbed 2. How many do they have, the Amazon ads?
So it hasn't then gone to the. It then hasn't gone to the Amazon to their individual profiles and got that info yet.
Because we haven't coded that yet.
Yeah, right. But is that? Are you going to do that as another step in the same program, or are you going to do that as another?
Yeah, that needs to be another step.
Yeah.
So
Straight.
take out all these prints. We don't need them in the break. We know everything's working really well. Beautifully. First time around. Awesome.
Sort stuff out.
Okay. Then
I'm just trying to think like how you would do it.
So we're gonna use OpenPyXL.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in terms of how you'd want that sheet to look.
Yeah, well, I mean, column, well, company name, company link, sponsorship, tags, description, socials. See, the socials is like could be various columns. That's why I'm saying this makes more sense in a database.
What
Let's
else
just
about?
get this shit on a sheet real quick and see what it looks like. Deal?
All right.
So we'll combine social links and we'll combine contact details and we'll combine team member links and we'll split them by line breaks. And later on we'll use that. Make sense?
Yeah. Think so.
Okay. Cool. So let's make a define a function, export to Excel. Yep.
Nice.
Basically what we want, but kind of. So this creates it, but it doesn't open it. So first of all, we want to create a workbook or open it if it already exists. That's not the best way of doing this. Because it's not. How about we just say open a workbook called company info.xlx. Let's try that. There you go. So we're going to have to make sure that this exists, okay, in the folder. That's important. Okay, now we go workbook active. Actually, we can make another function. So define create Excel. Excel. That makes more sense. Beautiful. And so we can just run this baby real quick. We're going to comment that out. We're going to create the Excel sheet. Sorry for the noise.
Sorry?
The module we have to install it. Install open by Excel.
Do you have to install that with inside the VNV?
Yeah, we've been in the VNV the whole time.
Yeah, I know. Well, I obviously have installed the Pi, like the Excel Pi thing I installed the other day, but will I have to install it again because it's inside the VNV?
Yeah. Because one is computer wide and one is not.
Okay.
So now it should work. Oh, it's opening the browser. I'm stupid. That's fine. There, now we have it, right?
Nice.
Cool. So now we have the Excel. Now we can export to the Excel. Take the next empty row. These are strings and we could do commas. That makes sense. Beautiful.
It is a comma separated value.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not letting me fucking just add the row the normal way. I forget how to do it. It's like sheet dot appends, I believe. Yeah. We don't even need this. It's fucking useless. Trying to get me to write extra code. What the fuck, Copilot? It's a good thing I know what I'm doing. And then, yeah, we have to save it. Sweet. So this will save after every single company. We got names, sponsor tags, description, social link, contact info, team member links. Names, but we need the link, right? So we have to remake the Excel.
We need the link for what?
The link to this page, right? Or you don't care? To the event page?
The event page?
Yeah.
The main one that we scraped from?
Yeah. You want that link too?
For each company?
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay. Well, then we good.
Not one to strip all the info, right?
Yeah. So then we good. So here, instead of creating the Excel, we can just export to the Excel instead. But we have to do it not here, but we have to do it here. But why is it like that? That makes no sense. That makes sense. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then print company name plus extracted. Beautiful. And this should just work, dude. We should be able to grab everything.
So you're gonna grab basically the links, like the page to their profile links.
Yeah.
Like their profile page link, rather than actually all the information for each contact.
Yeah, we have to do it step by step.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we don't need to create the Excel anymore. We can move. So control, or what is it? God, man, I'm forgetting how to use VS Code. It's Alt. Okay, Alt, you can move things up. There we go. Anyways, let's go. This will take a while. This will probably take like an hour. So if it works,
we should have just done one to see if it works.
Well, we can stop it. Ah, it broke. Why did it break? Oh yeah. Interesting. Wow. Didn't get
What
the
happened?
text. It's here. So contact.text, team member links, text. We fucked up something somewhere. href. What happened is we're trying to give it an object instead of a text. And you can't print an object to an Excel. I just got to figure out which object it is. So, but it's not going to tell me there. It's a list of 1, 2, 3, a shitload of shit. Let me see.
It doesn't give you the XPath, does it?
The text. No, it's because here we're grabbing text. So text. This is multiple info. I think it's the tags. Yes, it's the tags. So we got to convert them to text. And it's the description. And it's the socials. Okay. Here's what we'll do. So see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This.
And then you're going to do the same for all of them.
Yep. For just these ones, because we didn't grab the text.
The ones that are elements, basically.
Description list. Bam, same thing. And then again, we're gonna go socials equals. Now the reason why I'm changing this is because it's easier than changing all the code. So list, append social. Beautiful. Oh, we already did the socials because we got the links, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I think it was just those two then. So let's try that because contact info, we're getting the text. Team members, we're getting the links, so that should work. The Mexico, let's go, baby. Okay. Cannot convert enterprise ad trading to Excel. Why? That's really strange. That should have worked. Oh, because now it's not combining the tags. Oh, yeah. We got to do the same thing here too. So you go tags. There. Now it'll work. Do you understand how to read these errors yet? Takes a minute.
A little bit, but not really.
Okay, so we got to also do the same with description. Hashtag how to write a bunch of errors. Hey, it's going. Let's let it go through like 15 or something.
No way, look, it's moving on to the next one.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Okay, we'll just close this. It'll error. Not found extracted. Okay, so it's not finding all of the. So this is why you want to
because it won't
include
all
the
be there.
links. This is why you want to include all the links, right? Because then we can find some. If there's data missing, we can open the ones that the data is missing and be like, oh, that makes sense, right? So like the second one, it didn't find the company name, so we got to look at that. But
Okay.
let's go ahead and bring up Google Sheets, blank spreadsheet, import. I know you can't see, I'll show in a sec. Upload, browse, desktop, Selenium template. What? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, we got an empty Excel sheet. No, I'm just kidding. It's not open yet. We have a company name. We've got the sponsorship. We have the tags. We have the description. We have the social links. We have the haul. Well, I guess all the contact info together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Separated by commas, which is good. And then we
And
have
then
the
the team member.
links, which is also separated by commas. Beautiful. Okay. So the second company and the fourth company, we didn't get the company name. So let's open those up now. Company links. 2. 2 and then 4. So we didn't get Shopify, and we didn't get Bundesverband Digitale Wirtschaft.
I was waiting for you to try and get that one.
So we go up here, company name, grab the XPath, copy it, paste it here, and indeed, it's not finding anything. So,
Why is that?
because it's different. We might be able to just get it from the class name, actually, now that we started doing that. So, hold on, let me put that there. Go back here. There might be a better XPath for that, baby. And then grab this, put it here. Beautiful. Right?
Nice.
Now, does that work for Shopify? Now, the curious question is,
Does it work for the others?
does that also work for the others? Because if it does, we can just replace it. If not, we could...
It can be a fallback.
Yeah, we can code more.
Don't sound too happy about it.
Okay, it seems to be working pretty well. So let's swap that out. Where am I here? No, wrong one.
Company name.
Oh, and this is where we got to do different quotes. So wait. Here we go. Beautiful. Okay. So now,
Should we just do that for the other ones as well?
what do you mean?
So the other one at the moment, we've got the XPath, the full XPath, whereas we may as well do the class name on the other bit. If you go up to where we just...
Why would we change what's working? If it works, I mean, there's no reason to fuck it with it, I think.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Let's test it right now. So it will open the browser, it will create an Excel sheet, and it will run through, I guess, 10 companies. So you can go ahead and count out 10 companies. There's one. Here's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Bravo. 3.
Number 3.
Bundesverband Digitale Wirtschaft.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Well, I speak German, bro. Yeah. Although it's gotten pretty bad. I used to be a lot better. I was almost fluent when I was there.
Nice.
Actually, our project manager, I met him in Germany when I was there.
Google Germany. So can you read it easily enough?
Yeah. Yeah, like when I hear the words, I remember them, but when I go to speak, I forget the words because it's been so fucking long, you know? So someone could talk to me and they'll say a word and I'll remember it and then I'll use it like in my sentences. But if I like just start talking to somebody, like I'll forget the word until they say it and they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember now. Like, I guess that happens when you don't fucking speak a language for over 10 years. Like, I went there in 2013, so a while ago.
Well over, yeah, well over 10 years, 12 years. That'll do, probably.
Okay,
Let's stop it. See what happens. See what the Excel says.
cool, cool. I guess we don't have to do that. We just gotta go to Sheets. It's bigger. That's a good sign. Yeah, I guess we could do another sheet. It looks like it worked. Yeah, look, we got all the company names. You got all the
Nice.
sponsorship tiers. Oh, not all of them. You want to?
Well, you didn't change the sponsorship one. That was the one you didn't change.
Yeah. Okay. But the rest is working. So number 4 and number 9.
So I think that was again the same thing where you left the sponsorship as the XREF rather than the class.
Yeah. So do you want to just assume this will work?
Yeah. All empirical evidence suggests that it will.
And this is the company it wasn't working for, so. Want to test one more time? Da, da, da.
No, I reckon it'll work.
Okay. Cool. So I think this is a good pausing point.